Today I am at store 4108 in Springdale, Arkansas, the newest location for Walmart EV charging. And all I've got to say is, welcome to the future. All right, so clearly I'm not in the middle of a field. I am at Supercenter 4108 in Springdale, and I am ready now to get our charge session started here. So let's make sure we got everything going where we need to. Let's go 80%, no road trips here. And let's get this one started. All right, so Walmart does give you a myriad of options of how to start a charging session, but if you go to the app, the store mode should automatically pop up, and then the banner at the top. And once you're here, I like to press can't scan, choose the connector, and I believe that I am at 1 CCS. So I'm gonna tell it to start charging. Payment is authorizing. All right, and it says now plug in and start charging. And if I look over there on the Alpitronic Hypercharger, it says plug in the CCS connector. So let's do that. All right, so let's get everything ready here. Grab the CCS connector and let's plug it in. It's about the best I've done left-handed. All right, so now, preparing charging session. I just heard it lock in. We got clicks in the Alpitronic Hypercharger. Now the fans are firing up. We have a beep. And here we go. We're gonna start this one at 19%, and we are ramping. All right, we did precondition on the way in, so we have gotten to 151 kilowatts very, very quickly. Voltage is at 304. Again, a little low on the Blazer EV, so we'll hit 155 hopefully here in a couple of minutes, getting all the amperage we want. And we're gonna go all the way to 80% and see if it still takes 30 minutes for the Blazer EV. But more importantly, we're gonna see what's going on here at store 4108. All right, so a couple things you'll notice with these Alpitronic Hyperchargers that are maybe new to Walmart EV charging. First, they have these new signs right here, clearly telling you which side is which. So I like that addition. But down here, they are marked like they always have been. One other thing you want to take note of is these cables. They're new. These are air-cooled. They're not oil-cooled. And so for the first month, these are going to be very, very stiff because we're still pretty chilly. Maybe for the first year or two, they'll be pretty stiff. But as things warm up, these will become far more manageable. I'm back here behind the Alpitronic Hypercharger, and I just want to see if we can take a listen at how quiet it is. I don't know if you can hear that because it is so quiet, but just so quiet. Really quite something that they've pulled off here. Again, their roots are in Europe where their noise pollution laws are really quite stringent. This has to remain below 52 decibels, and it really is well below that, so very impressive. All right, so this is my first visit to an out-of-beta site in quite a while, and I want to take a look at how the screen has changed. First, it tells you to plug in to get started. That is kind of optional, as we just demonstrated, but it gives you instructions both on the side and on the screen if it's your first time charging, where you sign up and add a payment. For a lot of people, that won't be an issue because the Walmart app is pretty ubiquitous among Americans, but for those who haven't used it, you will go through that step, and then you can either plug in and scan the QR code or do the method that I like to do, and then you'll start charging. You will notice here time of use rates. At this location, 44 cents on peak, 32 cents off peak, and this location does use the 10% off for Walmart Plus. So this is a very, very useful pricing structure. I know I'm getting to where having a baby traveling at night is going to be a good option for us, so I'm very excited to see this and hope to see it continue roll out across the country beyond DFW and Northwest Arkansas. So from 10 p.m. to midnight, 32 cents, and then midnight to 8 a.m., 32 cents as well. You get 2 hours right here where you get 32 cents per kilowatt hour and the store being open. And I think that that's a very, very enticing offer. Stores usually freshly restocked at that time of day, and you can use the quietness of those hours to do some productive shopping if you need to. All right, so if we press the instructions button, it'll tell you, it will show you here how to get started with the QR, which again is just for this unit. And then we can go up and down. Here's customer support. That really hasn't been made available yet, but it is available down here. So that screen will probably be blank for a little while. And of course, right up there at the top, you see if you need support right there. So they got you covered here pretty well. All right, we're crossing 10 minutes here. We've gone from 19 to 43% in 10 minutes. And so if I come here, yes, I know how to use Apple CarPlay in a Chevrolet Blazer EV. If you want to know too, go ahead and watch this video in the upper right-hand corner. Right now, our battery is at 96.8 minimum. If I go here, I can see the maximum 98. So we're still pretty cool. It's 46 degrees outside last night with some pretty bad weather, pretty gnarly through here, and now it's cold following the cold front. So I don't think heat's going to be an issue this morning. But we're already up to 45, 46% state of charge, and the voltage is coming up as well. But we did notice, if we come over here, that we have gone down to 115 kilowatts. So we did have a little bit of a drop off here. I'm not sure what that's about, but we will keep an eye on it. In fact, if we go look at the Alpitronic Hypercharger at the active session right here, again, one of the best features of these units. Here's the graph right here. And looks like we're going to settle in right there. It was a bit of a slow taper. It was just kind of early, in my opinion, but who knows what the Blazer EV is going through this morning. Let's check out the rest of the site. This one's really cool. 4 Chargepoint Express units, as we have well documented before, one with CCS and one CHAdeMO. This serves 4 stalls at a time. We have moved to the back of the parking lot. Up there, that's the EV charging station right now. But according to permits, all of those are going to be ripped out. And the charging equipment back there, too. And they're going to move to right here. 4 Alpitronic HYC400 units will be installed right here. They will run perpendicular to the aisles, just like they do down there, with pull-through parking. All right, so this is store 4108 in Springdale. Here's the charging station for Walmart EV charging, and you will notice 8 pull-through stalls here. Plenty spacious. There is a little traffic that likes to come right through here to get to the front of the store, but obviously you are well within those line markings when you're charging, so should be pretty accessible for everybody trying to get through here. So this is very exciting. Now, when they built this out of beta charging location, they ripped everything out that was down there for the Chargepoint units. They installed this island with a great path in the middle of it. And now you've got 2 parallel parking locations right through here where these pull-through stalls used to be. And they've added in parking back to the left over here for easy accessibility at the front of the store. Let's go check out the switchgear and see what's actually missing from there. All right, so here is the new switchgear. This is actually pretty standard for Alpitronic installs. But if we go back here, look what's there. A pad that has nothing on it. That's because Alpitronics, they are all-in-one units. What used to be here was the Chargepoint cabinets. Obviously no longer necessary with the all-in-one architecture of the Alpitronic Hyperchargers. Pretty cool. And it looks like they kept the same transformer as well, 1 megawatt. So it's a little undersubscribed, but we'll see how that works out in the long run. Obviously they got this location on in 2 months, and part of that was didn't have to wait on a transformer. There was already one here, so very exciting that they were able to do that so quickly. All right, we just passed 20 minutes on this charge session, still at 96 kilowatts, which is not too bad. And it says 10 minutes to go, so we might be looking at another 30-minute charge here on the Ultium platform. Good to see this consistency is still happening within this particular platform. Now, something that I believe most EV charging motorists will appreciate is you see on that pole right there where the old chargers used to be, a very nice security camera, as well as a Wi-Fi access point up there at the top of the pole. But obviously that's not covering a charging spot anymore. It's covering a normal parking area. But that doesn't mean that Walmart left EV charging people out of their security coverage with this new location. As you can see right there, you have a Wi-Fi access point up there, and right there, the same camera usage. So they're taking security very, very seriously at these charging locations as well. That's great to see. Now, while this is a Walmart EV charging location, you will always notice about Walmarts, they tend to be near other amenities. The one amenity inside of this Walmart is actually a Dunkin', so breakfast, donuts, coffee, all available while you're grabbing your electrons maybe early in the morning. But if you swing over this way, we also have Swig, which is a great soda bar, Firehouse Subs, and over there there's even McDonald's, Panda Express off in that direction. So you have a myriad of options here while you are charging your vehicle to choose from. All right, as we are getting ready to approach the end of this charging session, wanted to show you the charging curve. This looks very normal now for a Blazer EV. There is no dip here from GM, just a slow, gradual decline. And so we're happy to see that. It used to dip in any conditions. It could be cold, it could be hot, it could be snowy, it could be rainy, and you were going to get a GM dip. Looks like we're done at 29 minutes and 17 seconds. All right. I really like that. That is very, very fast. So let's come back inside the vehicle and take a look at the charging details. All right, so we had a good charging session. We were 45 seconds below 30 minutes. So this is the quickest 20 to 80% charge that I've done so far. And it's right here at store 4108 in Springdale using the Alpitronic Hypercharger. You can see right here the stats of this particular charging session. Again, coming in just under 30 minutes for a total of $24.08. We did use the Walmart Plus discount here, so we should get about $2.40 off of that, somewhere around in there. Math is hard right now. It is cold out here. That's why I'm trying to do everything in here. So this has been a great experience. Let's take a look at what the receipt looks like. This is pretty cool as well. All right, and here's what the receipt looks like. Total, including all discounts, taxes, and fees, is $24.02. The subtotal was $21.67. That does include a 10% discount. I ran the math. 54 kilowatts times 44 cents is somewhere north of $24. And then once you add in the tax, which was $2.35, you get back up to $24. So essentially here, the Walmart Plus discount covers your tax, which is pretty cool. And so definitely glad to have that for Walmart Plus members, and hope we continue to see that roll out across the nation as this network gets built out. All right, and with that, we'll get unplugged, on our way, have a couple of final thoughts, then we'll say happy trails. All right, and there you have it from a very cold Springdale, Arkansas. Hard to believe we go to daylight saving time tomorrow with this temperature, but anyway. So this is the future. I love this site. It has 8 pull-through stalls using the Alpitronic Hypercharger at their flagship store, where they will test everything that they want to send to market first. Obviously, the beta site was proof of that, even for Walmart EV charging. So I expect so many cool and unique things to possibly come out of this location in the future, given its use case. When you live in Northwest Arkansas, each store kind of has its own unique flavor. For example, in Rogers, you can get one that specializes in electronics, the one that's right off the interstate. The other one in Rogers is store number 1. It's pretty unique as well. Bentonville, store 100, which has a location coming. That's the one where you can find a lot of celebrities and such getting ready to market their lines with Walmart. So this is a lot of fun for me. I have, you know, at least 3 other stations in my area here that I'm tracking under construction, and you can see the progress on those along with all of the other updates from across the country from our community of spotters in the next video queued up here. So until next time, thanks for watching and happy trails.